Hello and welcome to the Indicator Warehouse. In today's video for DTS 101, I'm going to be covering part 2 regarding the easy rules and the easy signals for diversified trading systems. Let's go ahead, dive in, and get started real quick. One of the first things I'd like to talk about just real quick is that many times I'm sure you've looked at other systems or maybe the system that you have right now. If you've really taken a hard look at it, maybe you've actually thought to yourself, gosh, you know, this is actually really complicated. And before it's all said and done, you've got a set of trading rules that are a dozen lines long. And frankly, when you've got to make a decision whether you're going to make that trade or whether you're going to sit on your hands, sometimes by then, well, it's too late. So with DTS, what we've done is we have created very easy to spot day trading signals. Not to mention, it's accompanied by very simple, very easy to remember day trading rules. All right, well, let's go ahead and let's get started here. One of the first things that you're going to notice that all three birds have in common is they all have a series of these little dots, the little triangles, as well as the entry hash marks like you're seeing right here on the eagle. You're going to see the same thing over here on the Falcon, the long entry dot, the long entry triangle, and the long entry hash mark right here. And we're also going to see the same thing here on our hawk. The other thing that the three birds have in common is you'll notice there's only one filter per bird. And we're going to talk about these filters when I cover the rules. Along with easy to spot signals, one of the things that makes DTS even more helpful is the fact that we actually get audible alerts here when we get, in this case, our buy warning dot. DTS is actually going to give us a heads up once this signal appears. We're going to get another heads up when we get our long entry triangle, and we're also going to get a signal when the order fills here, which is denoted by, in this case, this up arrow. The same features apply to the Falcon as well as the hawk. All three birds have audible alerts to help give us that heads up and give us as much time as possible so we can make the best trading decision we possibly can. The next thing that I want to do is I'm going to very quickly go over what the actual rules for each bird is. And I want to do it quickly because I want to show you just how easy the rules are and just how much it can make your trading decisions that much faster. Let's go ahead and then let's start with this long signal here on the eagle. As I said, we get a buy warning dot with the audible alert here with our long entry triangle, as well as when we get an entry right here. The other thing that we need to have in place for a long, we need to have a nice green filter. We want to have nice green bars. Of course, our signals need to be green, and we also want to have the soft edge on top of the hard edge. That'll signify that we should be good for a long trade here on our eagle. Let's take a quick look at a short. All right, so we're looking at a short trade right now, and as you'll see, it's going to be the exact inverse. We want to have a hard edge on the top, soft edge down here on the bottom, all of our signals in place, and by the way, you've heard me call it a sell warning in this case, or a sell short entry triangle. What we prefer to refer this to as the get ready, get set, and then our short entry hash mark, that's going to be our go, and we want to have a nice red filter in place. Let's go ahead and let's move on over to the Falcon, and I'm going to show you how simple the rules are for the Falcon as well. All right. Okay. Same simple style rules apply, and of course, here's our signals. Get ready, get set, and go. For a long trade on our Falcon, we want to have a nice green swing line as well as we want to have a nice green filter. So let's go ahead. Let's take a look at a short trade real quick. Okay, for our short trade, again, it's going to be the exact inverse of what a long trade is. Again, we want to have our get ready, get set, and our go signals in place. In this case, though, for the short, we want to have a nice red swing line, and we also want to have a nice red filter like we've got down here as we see at the bottom. Next, we're going to go ahead and take a look at what a long trade looks like on the hawk. All right, so once again, there's those signals again. Get ready, get set, go. So for a long trade for the hawk, I want my micro line, which is this solid green line right here, to be up above these green triangles, this is my macro trend line right here. And I also want to have a nice green filter. Once again, we're looking at the exact opposite of what we were seeing there on a long trade. Again, we've got a nice red filter. Get ready, get set, go. Red macro line on top, red micro line on the bottom, and there you have it. You're good for your 10 ticks. All right, guys, once again, thank you very much for watching. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to reach out to me at ray@indicatorwarehouse.com. Thanks, and have a great day.